Remote, vast, wild. They call it the lap, a full loop around and through Australia, thousands of kilometers through deserts, mountains, rainforests and remote coastline. Down under, it's a rite of passage. For us, it's the start of an adventure through a country we thought we knew, but quickly realized we didn't. We'll cross deeper rivers than ever, encounter the weirdest wildlife, take on 4x4 rough tracks, chase seasons and skies, travel forests, dunes and mountains, experience the Outback roughness and find ourselves in places we never expected. This is not just a drive, it is 45,000 kilometers in epic territory. This is the Lap of Australia. We are Nick and Mathilde, and we've left everything behind to travel the 7 continents with our Land Rover Defender, the Albatross.
Europe, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia, Asia, and Africa. A world tour for real. We want to see it all.
Get ready. This time on the world tour is the Lap of Australia.
This is the next Meridian expedition.
And here it is.
No!
Cool rig.
Hello! Welcome to Australia!
After 2 years of traveling around the Americas, we're finally setting foot on a new continent. Not just any, but remote and wild Australia. Take a look. This is what Australia looks like superimposed over a map of the USA. We're starting our journey in Perth, the capital of Western Australia, and our plan to go all the way around clockwise, through all the states and territories, including Tasmania, and then returning through the center, ending our journey in Darwin. Are you ready?
Are both arrived in Australia, but our car, the Albatross, is still on the boat. The container is supposed to arrive
Friday.
So we still have a few days before it arrives, and then there's a full week of paperwork to get it out of the port.
We've only been in the country for 4 days, and already Australia's generosity is showing. France reached out, offering to lend us his 4x4 so we can explore the southwest while we wait for our delayed container to arrive at port.
Cheers! Emu Export.
Yeah, West Australia's prime beer. Yeah, you got a. This is otherwise known as bush chook. The chicken from the bush chook, the emu.
Right now, we're about to pack up for a 6-day trip on the south of Perth, and he's lending us the Amarok. That's incredible. Thank you so much.
I was going to lend you the Land Rover, but it's having a Land Rover moment and it needs attention. So
Land Rover moment. Classic.
It's having a Land Rover moment.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to our
Okay.
first adventure in
Hey,
Australia. On the max tracks?
Yeah, on the max tracks. That's pedal there. Gas.
That's a wrap.
You're set. This is a little welcome treat. Got to grab a Vegemite. There you go. All right. You enjoy.
Oh gosh.
All right, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Bye.
In the red Amarok, we get a first taste of what lies ahead. Endless straight roads lined with ship stations, where a 400-kilometer drive is a normal commute. Road trains, the only other vehicles we see. Delicious meat pies with a unique ketchup system you'll only find here.
There we go.
I love it.
First bite.
Is it the plain or the steak?
This is good. It's actually really good.
We also get a taste of the reality of bush camping, the Australian way. I don't know if you can hear them. It teaches you to be very calm. On the southwest coast, we finally understand why Australian beaches are so famous. Powdery white sand, turquoise waters, and no one around, no pollution. Anywhere else on the world, there would be hotels, restaurants, shops everywhere. Here, nothing. But that's not all. The South turned out to be more than just stunning beaches. We fell in love with ancient forests of giants and a mountain range straight out Jurassic Park. Everywhere we go, one question keeps coming up. Where are all the other humans?
Out of the visitor center here, picked up 45.
Kangaroos on the beach postcard.
Oh my gosh, now we're going to have to write them all.
Only in Australia.
But look at this.
That's for family and Patreons. So if you want a kangaroo on the beach, sign up to our Patreon postcard tier.
Nice. We kept exploring around the superb southwestern coastline, always more amazed about what we see and still not finding the other humans. But eventually, we get a phone call.
I'm coming. See you soon then. Great. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Here it is.
Today is a sprint, not even a marathon, because the car got all the inspection cleared in the morning, like 10 a.m., 10:30, and we're Friday, so everything closes during the weekend. So we need to do roadworthy tests with mechanics and then go to the Department of Transport to get our licensing done. All of this before 4:30 p.m. Let's go!
Beautiful. Righto. Alright, stick it. Yeah, let's.
Pronostic on how the inspection is going?
I think we're good to go very soon. Fingers crossed. I'm here with Pat. Hey Pat.
All clear to go, mate. We're in to go.
Really?
Yep.
Appreciate it. That's
All good.
awesome.
Not a
Thanks,
problem
Pat.
at all. Not a problem.
Thank you so
Good
much.
man.
After 2 hours and a half, V215 is going to be called. We are going to get this registration in Australia.
Nice.
And then it's the weekend. We're literally the last ones to be called.
Please proceed to counter 3.
We are road legal, baby. Transport Service Center. Bam! Now we can go wherever we want. We did everything in the same day. Why the rush, you'd ask? We want to get it on the road as fast as possible. And we have some work to start on the Defender to make it fit for Australia. Let us walk you through the plan.
Alright, so let's see. So that is the Albatross. There's a pop top, a windshield, front window, back window, door handles. Not sure it's very resemblant. Maybe with front lights it looks more like a Defender. Yeah.
First, change the tent of our pop top and install a new canvas with more windows for aeration and more light inside. For the same reason, we plan to open up the rear right window and install a gull wing. For Australia's heat, it'll be awesome to have the setup a bit more geared towards the exterior, like most campers in Australia.
Then we are planning to get 5 new tires to be sure we can launch on the crazy Australian tracks with the minimum risk. We also need to add isolation on the roof because we have nothing at the moment, and a new layer of heat shield under our ceiling liner will reduce significantly the temperature in the car. We need to refurbish our prop shaft, which is a bit clunky. Oh, and I almost forgot. We want to install an interesting little whistle for the animals in Australia. Kangaroos, emu, koala, and others of the kind.
3 days later, the Albatross, our 4x4, is ready to take on the lap of Australia. We meet the friends of the next Meridian expedition in Perth and are ready to leave. This was our third meetup after San Diego in the USA and Bogota in Colombia, and now in Perth, Australia. And such a pleasure to meet everyone. Seriously, thank you for passing by to chat with us and discovering Albatross 3.0.
Well, there's like a smell.
What is the smell?
It's the smell of we're leaving Perth finally. The car has been fueled up, we did grocery shopping.
All right, I think we are packed and ready to go. Fridge is full, this part is full, the food storage is full, the fruit and vegetables basket is full.
Everything's packed and overly packed. The car is fully upgraded, Australian ready. Now it's time to go. Australia, which is leg 2 of our journey. It's starting now, technically. Let's go, it's gonna be awesome!
Finally!
One thing that we're very excited about is exactly this, you know, the campsites in Australia, and being back with Albatross. We really did miss everything about Albatross. Like driving, going off-road, planning the itineraries, finding wild spots, cooking, sleeping in the bed on the rooftop tent, looking for water, doing the groceries, figuring out, you know, everything last minute.
5 days on the road and we're celebrating being back on the move. We don't know it yet, but in just 24 hours, our lap of Australia could come to an abrupt end. But before we tell you what happened, let us thank the partner of this video.
Ta-da! We are back camping in Albo. It's after those few months like getting the car here and then the week like setting it up. It makes me so happy. I just want to like discover this new continent in it. It's just really exciting to be back here. We've been traveling with the Albatross for 2 years, and that's really thanks to you who watch our videos, but also to our amazing Patreons, and also thanks to some of our partners, like the partner of this video, NordVPN. I think it was our first paying partner on the channel, and it means a lot. So thank you so much, NordVPN. This trick really doesn't work in a car. NordVPN is a simple and reliable tool that helps you keep your internet connection safe. It basically hides your location and encrypts your data so that hackers, advertisers, but even your internet provider don't know what you're doing online. It's extremely easy to use. You just open an app on your computer, tablet or phone and you click connect. That's it. Think about it. With so much of our life is online and our business in a way is online. If anything had to be hacked or stolen, it could jeopardize us continuing this adventure. So we're really happy to use this tool as we travel, especially because we're connecting to a whole lot of random Wi-Fi everywhere we go. And that public Wi-Fi are not safe, let's be honest. So to stay safe online, it's the code NMX. Using the link in description, you get 4 months on a 2 years plan. And you also support the YouTube channel. It's simple, safe and smart. Now over to discover Australia.
driving the car, that's for sure.
It was a Friday, end of afternoon.
We look around, we see all this oil coming down, and we're gonna have to fix it.
There's a car that stops on the side of the road and Julian comes out.
Load her up and jump in and just follow me. Yeah. And then I'll get you off the road and then you can work out what's going on. Thank you. No problem.
Like the first thing he said was, don't worry, there's no problem, we'll figure it out. Like he was like so reassuring from the get-go. Let me tow you to my place, it's 1 kilometer away, just up the hill, we'll figure it out from there.
Julian is very nice. He's like, guys, really don't stress, and he repeats it a lot of times. You can hear in our voices and in our face expressions that we're a little upset and kind of tired of this situation. So he's like, guys, really don't worry, everything gets fixed and your cars will be fine. Have a beer.
Real careful.
Oh, sweet. Oh, this is the one, isn't it? A little bit of carbon on the base.
We just got to chat. That's 4, isn't it?
I mean,
It's dirty, doesn't it? Like smoke.
Yeah.
This one, it's number 4. That's bad.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay, shoot, diagnostic.
So, we're going with an engine swap. Yay!
When he said that, I didn't believe it. Have you ever done engine shopping?
It's a 2.2. I called multiple Ford companies.
The transit version is a slightly different ejector part number. I think it's got something to do with the pressures or the trim.
Sure. I was calling you to know if you had, they sell injectors and they told me you might have them. Good for you. Oh, okay, cool, sweet. I'll send them that. I'll send that and I'll send you received my text.
At the time, it felt like everything was falling apart. We just had started Australia, and then this. But we've been traveling for 2 years. We've had setbacks before, and we overcame them. We'll overcome this broken engine, too.
We broke our engine, our piston cracked. We ordered a new one.
Very nice, shiny.
All the spare parts that come with it. We hope we forgot nothing, because if we did, it's going to take a lot of time getting those spare parts. We're going to have a lot of time waiting. We hope we don't break anything when pulling out the old engine. And when putting in the new engine, got a lot of work. Hopefully, we can do this properly and quickly.
This is the garage of Michael.
And the Albatross.
Cheers to the engine. Cheers to the engine.
We're going to end up with our phones full of little pictures like this, that, to remember where all the tubes go and in which direction.
If putting an engine back in is a bit of a hit or miss, that evening was a miss.
We're taking a vote. Who's ready to go to sleep?
Me. It's 2:30 in the morning. It's time to go.
Yeah, we've abused. Blocking entirely. Block. It's easier.
You got no ABS, you've only got 3.
Green.
The final step. Plugging in the injectors. I don't know.
We could not have done it without the help of Michael from Sivoto, who worked after hours to help us complete the swap. Without all of you who supported the GoFundMe and the expedition with your donations. And without Julian and Jess, who hosted us during the entire time of the swap. For the Lothers and the dinners together, these are exactly the type of encounters that make this trip so special. And we thank you so much for trusting us and having us.
Thanks, Michael.
No, that's wrong. The man who made it all possible.
Yeah, we kind of consider you the surgeon that made the heart transplant
Yeah, we call it the heart transplant.
No, it was a pleasure, guys, honestly, and yeah, I'm really grateful for your help too and the company, and you know, we got it done, and it'll be good to sort of follow your journey and yeah, see where the albatross takes you next. Huh?
Sweet.
Thanks
a lot. Enjoy Australia.
Thank you very much, honestly.
We gotta look at the map again.
Alright, where are we going?
You gotta find on this map the most western point of mainland Australia.
Okay, so Steep Point, which is right here.
So we're on our way right now to Shark Bay, an area full of wildlife in terms of sea mammals. And in Australia they have these things called roadhouses or stations. And it's technically a place where you can fill up on fuel, water, a bit of snacks, things like that. And we're at one right now called Overlander. So it's really funny. So we're at Roadhouse Overlander and we're gonna refill with fuel. Okay, we stopped on the side of the road here because I have to show you this. It's just insane how the washboards here, the corrugation is really, really big. I can show you. Oh yeah, so you can see it better. And they're huge. They're really big. Driving on these roads, the whole albatross is like... Bounce, bounce, bounce around. Down, bounce, bounce around. This is crazy.
We were laughing with Nick. The road is actually worse than most roads we found in South America. Congratulations, Australia.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
2 years that we've traveled, the second bit worse was in Baja California. This one is way worse. It's hardcore. Australia's no joke.
crazy.
Crazy. And she even told us you can swim here. The guard even told us that she's been swimming here for 20 years and nothing ever happens. But I hope that's a chill shark then, because
That looks like a big one. Did you see the size of that fin? Let's say we had an instant change of mind on the refreshing swim.
That night, we met an Australian couple who invited us to join them on their boat the next day. We discovered why Shark Bay is very well named.
What are you chasing?
Sharks.
You're chasing sharks.
This is very
Bold.
finding sharks, it started as a joke. But just 5 minutes after we got onto the boat, just as we were getting the fishing gear ready, they showed up.
Yeah, they're following us. They're huge.
Oh, they're tagged.
Big bronze whalers.
I've never seen one that big.
This is epic. We have to thank Hamish and Sarah for this. This is so cool! Thanks a lot, guys. Sharks! This keeps going with tour operators. This is so much fun.
You guys are awesome. I feel like it's Christmas right now. That's always. Yay!
Ciao! Wow, if we had known that by just parking on this campsite we would meet Sarah and Hamish, like we would, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, seriously. And people are so nice all around the world, but Australians have been very, very nice.
We end this stretch of drive by reaching the westernmost point of Australia. Time to head north.
We're in François Perron National Park, and here we're going to try to see the beautiful red cliffs that fall in the bay. We've heard so much good things about it, we're really excited. We leave the winter of the south behind and follow the coastline toward the tropics. We've heard the diving up here is incredible. People say you can see marine life just by snorkeling from the beach. Let's find out.
we have just passed 26th parallel. So that means for Australia, we've just gone from the southern half to the northern half as soon as we pass this this sign here. Woo! Goodbye, South Australia! There you go!
On the way, we meet a Belgian and an Australian couple and decide to travel together. The road is long, corrugated, uncomfortable. So we take a wild bet. We follow uncharted tracks along the coastline. And that decision rewards us with unique and unforgettable experiences.
Yeah, he's got a big one.
Are you jealous?
Mine is so small.
Are you jealous?
I'm a little jealous. It takes forever for me. It's alright, I'm used to it.
Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Yeah, it was là.
Cansada de andar, de no poder parar. Tus ojos se ven tristes, ya no sirve ni llorar. El sol volverá.
Is it pissing on me? No? It is?
Yeah. Oh, no. Garde-le, garde-le, garde-le.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
He smells so good. Smell his head.
Stylé.
Sans sa tête, il sent trop bon.
We found a shipwreck. This track is full of surprises.
Yeah, so far good to go. It looks like it's okay.
Take me home
To the place I break my back.
West Australia. Whoa. We found a way out.
Hey, this is awesome. We're out.
What an adventure! All because we chose a side road. Lessons learned: never settle for boring tracks. Our way led us straight to the beach of our dreams, and finally, warm waters to snorkel in. Thank you, Australia.
The water is not cold, it's pretty hot.
Yes! That's a win. That's very, very good news. We're very, very close, almost there. This point is Fiver Point, which means it's actually called Five Fingers. Here we're snorkeling, and apparently, Mathilde says there's tons of great snorkeling, so that's where we're going. And I think we found them.
Act natural, Melvin. Act natural.
I'm always on my roof rack.
How did you sleep?
Very good, and you?
Good. Are you ready for snorkeling?
We keep heading north along the coast. More beach drives, more early morning tracking wildlife.
Are you happy?
Like this.
So good.
The only thing to make me wake up early is probably a wallaby.
More tropical storms shifting suddenly on us.
Whoa, the rain was no joke, huh?
A second, I was like chilling on my chair outside working on the computer. Nick is like, what's this noise? And I couldn't feel anything because I was on this side of the car. Next second, huge rain coming from the other side. And
Yeah, you're all wet and it's raining like crazy.
After a week of beach hopping and snorkeling, we head inland for the first time. Straight into the desert, toward mine and canyon country.
when I was picturing the outback of Australia, it's exactly what I had in mind. You know, like just like vastness, and dry, and just wide horizons. There's really very, very few cars as well. That's the true feeling of Australia, I think. You know, like being far and having all of this space around.
And seriously, we've been driving for the past 4 or 5 hours. Or like 2, 3, destroyed cars on the side that had burned down or were just abandoned. We found this sweet spot next to the Carigini National Park. The sun has just set. Over there you have Melvin bringing wood, and I'm making a hole. So now we're gonna have fire, we're gonna cook curry, we're gonna enjoy the stars.
Ça doit être compliqué. Les kangourous, ils existent nulle part ailleurs. We're in the town of Tom Price. It's a mining town. There's mining trucks everywhere, and it's with the base camp to reach Carigini National Park.
Not comparing wheels here, but these are tiny. These are massive. These are the trucks from the mining here in Australia. There's no joke. Mining is one of the biggest revenues in West Australia, and the machines go with the revenue. Goodness, they're tiny. Carigini is a strange and beautiful reminder that life can thrive even in the desert. Canyons carved by water, lush vegetation growing just a few meters from the surface. An unexpected sight in such a dry environment. But it is at sunrise that we discover the most impressive sight of the area. It is now 4:30 in the morning. You can't see Mount Bruce, but we're gonna go hike Mount Bruce. And all around us you can see lights over there with a lot of sound. And that's because all around here is mining towns. We're ready to go. Let's do it!
Guided by the stars.
In the pitch black, moonless night, we climb. The only lights around us are headlamps pointed to the feet of the person ahead and the mining sites glowing in the distance. On the rocky trail, we climb as fast as we can. We don't want to miss the sunrise.
It's so beautiful. The colors are picking out. The desert is getting orange. The sunlight will come up eventually, but we still have a bit of time. We're reaching the summit and it's windy and it's so nice to hike again. And look at these colors. We're here. And we made it.
Good job.
On time, no? On time.
So we did. officially leave the region and move towards the edge of Western Australia.
Check this out.
Let's count, let's count.
Oh, it's gonna take forever.
Okay, I do it. 1, 2, 3.
So how many?
There are 243 wagons.
Wow, so usually it's around a 250 wagon type of thing.
Just for this one at least.
Wow, that's a lot of wagons. It easily took like 5 minutes.
Next up, one of the most legendary roads in the country, a wild adventure through the Kimberley. Here, being mindful of the seasons is essential. The entire region is completely inaccessible by car, 6 months per year during the rainy season.
This week we're doing the Gibb River Track. It is hard, and as you can see, that guy never made it. That car is gone. There's more cars on the track for sure. The Albatross, which is our Land Rover Defender, is extremely ready. We just have to do the tire pressure, and then we got 1,000 kilometers to do. Matilda, you ready?
I'm ready.
Boom. We've been told, drop your tire pressure to whatever you usually want your pressure to, but because it's the Gibb River Road, bring it even lower.
And how do we know the tires are good? Nice little bump.
This region is about 3 times the size of England, but populated with less than 35,000 inhabitants. It is purely and simply far from everything.
This can go up to 4 meters high, probably. And because now we're a little bit in the middle of the dry season, the rivers have already, drained themselves a lot. And so now that we're crossing it, it's 70 centimeters deep, which is still pretty deep.
And in the rainy season, those roads are just closed.
Insane.
First stop, Tunnel Creek. We're really excited. We learned something about Australians when we arrived here in the country. Australians don't mind swimming with crocodiles. And I had to ask them like 5 times to 5 different persons to confirm that. So not every crocodile, obviously not the saltwater crocodiles, which are those giant monsters, but the freshwater crocodiles apparently are not dangerous for humans, except in certain conditions, but most of the time they're just scared of humans. And here in Tunnel Creek, there are crocodiles, and here in Tunnel Creek, we will have to swim to get to the end of our hike. I feel no one hears about that, outside of Australia, but here, when you ask them, they're just yeah, it's just freshy for freshwater crocodile, we just swim with them.
Ready to do this?
Yeah.
Oh man. But look at this. Cool. Look at that. Oh, a bat. There's a bat. There's bats in here.
There's là. And then one here.
Matilda's looking for the crocs. That is the crocodile. We found the crocodile. That right there
That's a croc?
That's a crocodile. Its eyes in his...
It's true, it's a croc.
So we found a crocodile. Oh my god. So there really are crocodiles in here. Are we doing this?
We are.
Oh man, this is crazy. Well, the water's cold. There are crocodiles. And we have to swim, I think 50 meters.
I'm not scared.
Scared of what?
Of crocs.
Mostly scared of the croc?
Yeah.
Mathilde! Oh my god, you're in? Swim, 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 quick, quick! Get there! Oh my god, swimming in the cave with the crocs.
Swimming with crocodile, I think, is probably very high on the list of things that scare me the most. And those ones are tiny, and so you put things in perspective, but I'm very proud of us.
That was cool. Would you guys have done it?
Gibb River Road, we finished it. Time to make it official.
Nice. This is the Gibb River Road sign. Everything is open. We parked Albatross super close so that Mathilde can get all the way up there.
Yes!
Beautiful!
I want to
put it somewhere that is visible and no one's gonna remove it. Nice.
After driving the Gibb River Road, we continue through the stunning landscapes. We cross into Punululu National Park with its strange, alien-like rock formations.
We found the bungalows!
We found the bungalows! They look super cool. They're like mini domes, like beehives shape with stripes, orange and black. Really nice.
Cool. There are the bungalows.
Fun fact, did you know that the site was only rediscovered in 1983? It was known by Aboriginal people the whole time and kind of kept a secret, and then a pilot one day flew above the place and was like, whoa, that looks epic, and that's how they resettled the national park here, only 40 years ago. Parking, I'm going with the Toyotas, right in between the two.
And now, we're getting ready to enter the Northern Territory.
Refuel!
Refuel!
So, we've got in this vehicle 75 liter standard, plus 45 liter auxiliary, plus a 20 liter jerry can, plus a 10 liter jerry can. So that is 75 plus 45, 80, 120, plus 20, 140, 150 liters of diesel.
Next up?
Next up, the groceries. You fill up on tons of food.
So I just found Nick again in the supermarket. My basket is real food. Veggies, eggs, some cheese and yogurt. What is in your basket?
Chips, cookies, Snickers. I do have a salad.
That I picked.
But yeah, this is the fun basket.
The Northern Territory is probably the wildest place in Australia. A handful of communities live here, scattered across vast distances. A close neighbor here might be 300 kilometers away. For us, that also means traveling at least 1,000 kilometers just to get anywhere. It's in this remote, rugged land that my family came to.
Breakfast with the entire family, and there's a good mood this morning. Here is the father, JP, my mother Isabel, my brother Maxime, and my nephew Ismail. And it's really busy. Breakfast time is our favorite.
First thing is to get this big van through river crossing.
Nous on est à mi-pneu. Je pense la seule manière, toi tu passes je pense, mais la seule manière c'est garder de l'accélération. Tu te mets en deuxième et tu gardes l'accélération constante.
Non mais j'ai boîte auto moi mon gars, je sais pas si t'es au courant.
Second thing is to get the family introduced to Australian wildlife. By the way, if anyone knows what kind of snake that is, let us know. We did not manage to identify it yet.
Our friend Jess and Julian said, in theory, Aboriginal people eat the green part here, and it has a sour taste. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like super sour, like the Nerds or Sour Patch.
Poor ant. It really does taste like a Sour Patch.
It does taste like a Sour Patch.
Meet us. Together, our mission was clear. We want to find the legendary saltwater crocodiles. Not those little freshwater ones we swam with on the Gibb River Road, the freshies, but the real predators, the dangerous ones, the salty.
Now it's time to go look for the crocodiles.
Ready for the crocs?
No. On peut pêcher, on peut nager et il y a des crocs. Ouais, il y a des crocs. We're now walking in search for the crocodiles. We're here with Mathilde, Ismaël, and Max. Regarde, regarde, regarde. Ah, c'est sûr.
Vous voyez?
C'est sûr. Ici. A freshwater crocodile, the friendly cousin of the saltwater croc. They are much smaller in size and generally don't attack humans. We return in the morning to see if we can spot more, and maybe, who knows, even a saltwater one.
Ouais, c'est trop beau.
Ouais, il y a 60 cm quoi.
Ouais.
We pushed deeper into Kakadu National Park and eventually we found them. Imagine that, a paved river crossing on a marked road, and in the water around it, massive saltwater crocodiles swimming in the same water you're driving through. It was surreal. We came to see this very specific site at the border with the Aboriginal land on the eastern part of Darwin, and it's called Cahill's Crossing. The crossing is this one. It's more flooded during the wet season, and we were told there were crocodiles. We now have 4 or 5 crocodiles in view.
Yeah, that's right.
2, 3, 4, and then 5 all the way around.
Saltwater crocodiles are the biggest reptiles on the planet. They can measure up to 7 meters and weigh up to 1,500 kilograms. Let's be clear, they eat absolutely anything. They are opportunistic predators, and humans are officially listed as part of their diet.
Insane.
So that's actually the best free spot to see crocodiles we've seen so far. Kakadu National Park, thank you. We had found the saltwater crocodiles on our own. On the same occasion, we also discovered the other inhabitants of the wetlands, the Billabong, how the Australians call the area. Hundreds of birds, fresh crocodiles and salt crocodiles equally. A beautiful sight.
Today is a special day on our lap of Australia because
we're going to be crossing from the Northern Territories all the way to the eastern side. So my map is completely broken. It's lived a little bit, but we're going to be going from the Gibb up here, following the highway all the way until here.
The drive was long, but along the way we stumbled upon iconic Outback pubs, a rodeo, wildfires.
Do you see what I see? I'm not talking about Nick here stretching, I'm talking about the sign!
Welcome to Queensland! First time we made it here.
3rd province, state, region, I don't know how you call them here in Australia, of the country.
Yeah, West Australia, Northern Territory, and now Queensland.
And after 4 days of crossing this vast terrain, we finally reached the lush east coast. For the first time in weeks, green everywhere. Banana and sugarcane plantation surrounded us. A whole new climate, and with it came new wildlife. Freshwater turtles, flying foxes, and one of our all-time favorite animal in the country, the platypus. It's got fur, lays eggs, has a beak, and produces milk. The ultimate weirdo, but that's not all. There's another wild one, the cassowary.
The cassowary is such a weird bird. I didn't even know it existed before we arrived in Australia, so we had to add it to our animal spotting wish list, and we found it. It's apparently a common place to see them, but they're not so easy to find because they stay a lot in the forest. Just to give you an idea of the animal, they wear this huge helmet. They can measure up to 1.80 meters, They can run at 50 kilometers per hour, and they have like a knife as a toe, and they can jump and like stab you with their toe. Like, that's how crazy the cassowary is. And it's only here and in Papua New Guinea. Crazy.
Next mission, reach Cape York, the northernmost tip of Australia. A remote region known amongst Aussies as a land of adventure, featuring the famous old telegraph track, a brutal 4x4 route, a rite of passage on the lap. Before tackling it, we enjoy some of the time in the Daintree rainforest, soaking up the green before heading into the dust again. We're thinking about which way to go. There's a development road, probably gravel and corrugated, or the four-wheel drive track, which is rough and longer but funner. The idea would be to follow the whole way, and then you come back from a four-wheel driveway, which is really tough. Look at the signs. Just the warning signs, big rivers. Then you go up, and this is the old telegraph track. But you can detour by a development road that goes zigzagging, or you just go straight.
I say we do the Frenchman. You know why?
Frenchman's track, because we're French?
Because we're French.
Our hesitation over which route to take came from the unpredictable nature of the tracks in this region. Conditions can change drastically from one year to the next, or even 1 week to the next. In front of us lay the infamous Frenchman's Track, notorious for its muddy terrain and deep water crossings. While our Defender is tough, deep water could spell disaster for our electrical systems. With the rain still falling, we knew we needed up-to-date information on the track's current state.
No limits? 4x4 hire. Are they rentals? Hey guys! Quick question. Are you coming back from the Cape?
No, we're going up to the Cape.
Are you going up to the Cape?
Yeah.
You have quite a fleet though.
Actually, where are you camping tonight?
We don't know.
We don't know, we were thinking...
Because I do need a front window frame.
Do you know how the Frenchman track is?
Oh, where are you from?
France.
Right, let me tell you something. You French people are shit road makers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't do it. The last tour was going to be still too deep.
Okay.
But it will be, it'll be I don't know, I nearly cry sometimes. You see people driving Toyotas and you think they could have got a decent vehicle.
Yeah, exactly,
you
right?
just think, okay.
Take care.
Nice to meet you.
Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Have good travels.
Yeah.
Thank you, bye. And here we were, taking the road to the Frenchman. So, easy? Albatross. It's been a while we didn't do tracks that are a bit challenging, so it's going to be fun.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Ah!
Wow! All right, let's go walk it.
Let's go walk it. Why are we walking it?
To check the deepness, to see if the car is gonna be, left or right, to see if it's passable. Nothing above knee height unless it's for less than 3 seconds.
You'll notice with Nick everything is like this. Nothing above knee height, his size, not mine. Unless less than 3 seconds. Nice.
So look, we're not at knee height.
Look at this water.
This is knee height, so we're fine. So no problem. This exit doesn't look too hard.
This is not knee height.
Uh-oh.
But mid thigh. You have very pretty thighs. This is the Nick scale.
Yeah, so this side is too deep. We'll take the other one. Yeah.
Except if there's a huge hole.
This is the one.
That's our exit?
Yep.
We warmed up on part of the freshman's track. It didn't take long to realize that water crossings would be our biggest challenge. With our electronic mounted low, even a little water getting in the doors could cause serious damage to our setup. That might limit our progress on the old telegraph track. All the driving we've been doing the past few days led us to this thing, the old telegraph track. It's a track that is going to bring us all the way to Cape York. It's not an easy one, it's been raining, but fingers crossed we can make it. We're really excited. So we start tomorrow morning, all the way north. Ready for the old telegraph. People call it the old telly. If you're like cool, you say old telly. First stop, tires.
Bringing down the tires so that we don't have to do it once we're on the road. We can't tackle this challenge with our Land Rover Defender in its current state. We need to ensure it's as ready as possible. While major modifications aren't feasible, we'll make a few small adjustments to have the Defender more fit to tackle obstacles. We put one of these around here. We don't want the spring to come out of this socket, which a lot of Defenders, it happens when you do hard trails. We pulled out the winch, it works, the remote control. We unlocked the max tracks, so they're easy to pull out. We taped all the fuses. We removed the bonnet bag and the rear carrier, wheel carrier, so that we have less weight on both ends of the car and so everything stays in the middle. You know, we're not here to prove ourselves, we're here to have fun, we're here to give it a try. And we want to give it a try and we want to see how Albo does it, we want to challenge ourselves, but we're going to be very safe. A lot of cars that get left behind, and we don't want that. So we're not doing this one.
It's ridiculous.
Alright, that was fun.
Bye!
We arrived at our first one called Palm Creek. Look at that.
This is a no! At Palm Creek, we got a hard reality check. From season to season, the track shifts and erodes. Some sections were gnarlier than we'd imagined, and just too risky for our travel setup. We decided this part was not for us. Giving up completely? Not an option. We searched for bypasses. We just couldn't turn back at the first obstacle.
Keep your wheels on the floor, kid!
I know! Along the way, we spot remnants of the track's original purpose.
That's a telegraph pole.
Hello, telegraph pole! Yeah, there's been a few on the way. Guess it was the old markings of you're on the right way. The old telegraph track was the original route for the telegraph line, the only communication link for those on Cape York until 1986. Yeah, it's an easy one.
On the way, we meet other cars. They've been backtracking after spending hours trying to rescue friends from gunshots and advise us against going.
A lot of what? Mud?
Yeah, mud.
Yeah.
Mud.
You think we'd make it or not?
Probably not.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
So we're gonna skip that one for sure. This was crazy. And so what they did is they had the car going down was being held by a strap from a car that was above, just so that it doesn't flip over. So that's where you need to come in convoy, kind of help each other out. So the car would go down, strapped, and then come out. If you didn't have the strap, there could be a possibility that the car goes down and then poof, upside down. Wow, look at that. Can you see that? That's
My take on this, Australians are a bit crazy and I don't mind being a chicken. No way I bring albatross in there.
Yeah, but they're strong crazy, good crazy.
Yeah, they're strong crazy, but like, I've never seen that elsewhere, you know, like with normal cars, people who just like launch them in this. Australians next level, huh?
We remind ourselves, we need to check what is lurking around these bushes.
Where Jazz was walking. Jazz nearly got done in by.
On the left, sketchy bridge. On the right, sketchy pond.
Which one do we take?
Choose your poison.
I think you have to go right. I think that bridge is dead. Right here. Talbot to the rescue. Land Rover saving a Toyota. Ooh.
We're pretty heavy too, so.
Nailed it. All right, first winch of the trip.
We learned tons and we still made most of the way. We really just like bypassed the two like hard session. I think we can say that we've done a good chunk of the old telegraph. Clap to us.
Yeah.
Our spirits were high, we were crushing it. But just as confidence was peaking, the crossings got deeper and deeper. Recent rains had turned creeks into rivers. With every crossing, we took on more risks. Until we had to stop and ask, is it still worth it?
That looks deep, no?
Huh?
I know it's alright.
Yeah, look at this. It goes deep. Oh.
No.
Whoa, whoa. It's getting a bit harder now. These ones are... Just the deep water is what concerns me the most. And I know Albo can do it, it's just... There's a risk.
So that's it?
Maybe.
On the old telly?
Yeah, maybe this is where the old telly stops for us. Alright guys,
That's it, we call it a quit.
we call it quits here at this crossing.
Above the limit that we set to ourselves for the safety of the car.
But this is a vehicle that's home, this is a vehicle that's got everything. It's still got to go a long way, we still have to go a long way. And it's just not worth it. So we just won't tick the box of completing the old telegraph track. But that's fine, because we know why.
Yeah, and that was not, like, we knew we were going to probably chicken out all the way, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Pakak!
Pakak! Exactly, so we're pakak out of this.
We conquered Cape York. Time to continue the lap down the east coast.
Ahead of us, the long journey south, the eastern coastline. More populated, yes, but also more diverse. The Great Barrier Reef, stunning beaches, wild mountain ranges. We traveled through breathtaking landscapes and national parks until we reached Harvey Bay. And just off the coast, Kagari, formerly known as Fraser Island, the world's largest sand island and a legendary destination for adventurers.
We're coming!
On the ferry to Fraser! This is awesome!
We have the big trucks, the big buses. Those guys carry a lot of people around, I'm sure. Then we have small motorcycles, like this one. You can see is ready for adventure for sure. Then you have the fishermen, big 4x4 fishing gear on the front, and you have quite a few of those. All shapes and size for Fraser Island.
You know it is getting serious when everyone deflates the tires while on the ferry.
Stop, big announcement! We're officially on Fraser Island! Woo!
Oh yeah! It's actually called Kagari. In the traditional native language, it means paradise. And so now they've rechanged the name to Kagari. So it's now formerly called Fraser Island. And we're on it. We're super excited. This was one of the highlights of Australia and it starts right now. There are very few roads on Kagari. The main highway, the beach. It also means that access to some of the areas of the islands are tide dependent. We learned it that evening, blocked by a tidal river just 200 meters from the Paradise Beach. Oh, whoa, we gotta drive through water? I don't think we can even make it. We gotta walk it. Is actually filled up by the tides, and right now we're half an hour before the maximum height of the tide. This is why, well, the river crossing is not passable. Also, it's salt water. Very salty too. Oh, yuck. So, we're stuck here.
That's a bugger. The sunset looks beautiful, the beach looks beautiful, and we're stuck just 200 meters from it.
I know, and the only way we can get across is if we swim it.
At this point, all we can do
is look at our camp spot just 200 meters away and imagine the sunset over the bay as we wait for the water to recede in our muddy pit.
This is actually fresh water coming from the island going into the sea. Yesterday was high tide, so actually the seawater came here and lifted this level all the way until the beginning of the track where we are, and so it became salt water.
We would have never guessed what we'd discover on that island's western coast. Not in a million years.
It's so beautiful.
This is the best spot of Fraser Island so far.
Yeah, totally.
100%. The drive here is cool, and the beach is...
And the water
is incredibly like white, and the water is super blue. No, this is the best spot.
We had spent 10 hours just meters away without realizing the sheer beauty of the area. A true paradise. Flying the drone and driving on the beach, and then Nick noticed some dolphins just on our left, and now we have them with the drone.
And they're playing, they're all together, they're giving hugs, it looks like they're jumping around. These are big ones too, they're nice. Now we gotta find the whale, shark.
We got them so well.
So well, and they're really staying outside the water.
I think they're like fishing. I barely showed the camp spot saying we might see some other stuff, and Nick saw some jumping whales.
You gotta find them first.
Oh wow, à gauche, à gauche. I saw one just jumping right now.
Trying to get there.
Yeah, I can see you.
Am I going the right way?
Yeah, I see you. I think it's a tiny bit more on the left.
I don't know which group is the one jumping. Oh, there he is! He's playing with his tail. That's what he's doing. He's going upside down and stuff with his tail.
Humpback whales and their calves use the calm waters of the bay to feed and strengthen before their long migration to Antarctica, where they'll need to fend for themselves. What looks like playful behavior is actually training, preparing the young for the journey ahead. At this point, we thought we'd seen the best the bay had to offer.
Ooh!
Ah, attends, je te donne l'autre.
This is fancy. Thank you. This looks good.
Things got even better.
And we saw the whales, and on our way home, we see turtle. It's a big turtle.
1, 2, 3, 10, 12, 15. Suddenly, turtles were everywhere, swimming in the shallow waters right in front of our camp.
It's not over.
It's not over. We took out a second battery and said, let's go for one more round. We saw at least, not kidding, at least 30 turtles, and you'll see on the video. And just now we landed on what looks like 15 rays, all swimming in a bunch together.
I've never seen a flock of rays.
This is the most we've ever seen in terms of marine wildlife here in just the past 2 hours.
It's insane.
And yeah.
They look like birds.
You can call us National Geographic explorers now.
That's another type of ray. Oh man, seriously, Fraser West Coast? Anyone that comes this way has to spend at least 2-3 days.
With a drone.
With a drone, fishing and taking boats and seeing all this stuff.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful.
Time to leave Fraser Island, Gary Island. We drive the entire length of the island on the beach and jump back on the ferry over to the mainland. The beach driving does not end there though. It continues for another full day once on mainland. Incredible. From Brisbane to Sydney, we spend nearly all our time meeting with Australian friends and Patreons. Inspiring travellers, long-time friends of the expedition, new partners, people who helped us along the way, everyone. It reminded us that the heart of every journey is people. Eventually, we rolled into Sydney. Coming from Europe, this is probably the most cliché Australian set for us. We conquered the east, time to head south. So we aim inland, toward Australia's highest mountains.
Hey Mathilde. That's Mathilde when she's upset that she has to do the dishes. Huh? The rule is whoever cooks doesn't do the dishes. And it's pretty cold outside, so Mathilde is like, I gotta do the dishes. Alright.
When you talk about Australia, you think what? Desert, red dirt,
Gum trees.
and where we go is anything but that.
Yeah, up in the mountains, between 1,000 to 2,000 meters driving.
Wait, they call it the Snowy Mountain region, no?
Yeah, snowy mountains, the Alps of Australia.
Let's go!
Alright. At this time of the year, probably not. But if there is, that'd be a nice surprise. Welcome to the ski station Selwyn. So you can actually see over there a few ski lifts. Looks like there's a few housing over there. And I think we're the only ones. I think we came too late to the party. No one is parked here. We never thought that we would have ski stations in Australia. We never thought there would even be snow in Australia. That's completely things we learned when we got here. Do you want to go skiing?
I would love to go skiing. It would be pretty fun. It's not the Alps, but there's like 3 or 4 ski lifts. But we've heard it's actually super expensive, like crazy expensive to ski here. So maybe for 3 or 4 ski lifts, I would carry my ski up the slopes.
98, 99, 1006!
1006!
The highest we've driven so far in Australia.
We drive and drive until Australia's highest mountain and hike to the summit, ending up 2 feet in the snow.
Iceberg! Next we're in Antarctica again. It's hilarious. We just met Dave, who's working for the National Park of Kosciuszko, and he's there fixing up the road. And he's like, "Oh, guys, I watch your videos on YouTube." And so anyways, Dave, nice meeting you. It was hilarious.
He wants to go to South America.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully he'll travel and do it. It's amazing.
No! This is the highest point of Australia. We're the highest people of Australia.
Mount Kosciuszko, 2,230 meters. Look at that, you can just see all the valleys. Boo, 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 boo. All right, let's go.
Through the mountains and met up with 2 friends we'd met online, ready for another 4x4 challenge, this time in what's known as the Victoria High Country.
We're getting ready to go up to the high Victorian country, which is altitudes not too high, probably 1,500 meters, going from the town of Rite all the way to the coast and head straight to Melbourne. Now to do that, we've contacted a few travelers in the area and they said, "Hey, who wants to join us?" And 2 have said they're coming. So one guy is called Matt and another is called Katie. Awesome. Bam. Mathilde, you ready? All right, Victoria High Country! So, we've got 24 rivers to cross. Mathilde's out with the drone.
And that's river number 1.
It's right here. This one's a small one. Still deep, I bet. But it's gonna be tons of fun. So, we got the friends behind. The 2 of them, they're ready.
Low range?
Yes, I am.
Well done! We have the bridge. Oh, we have the river. But this team
really thinks about the river.
Got the two girls, Katie and Mathilde, over there doing the due diligence of how deep is the water, and it goes above Mathilde's knee just a little bit, which is perfect. Alright, what do you think? Easy peasy?
We got this. Totally doable.
Yeah, the guys watch and the girls work.
We're ready. In the distance, we can see the steep dirt tracks winding up the mountain ridge. But from down in the valley, there's no real way to grasp just how challenging it will be. We trust our team. The day before, Matt proved himself an incredible teammate, always offering solid advice on line picking, while Katie, driving without a diff lock, showed she's a smart, steady driver more than ready to take on the challenge. What we don't know yet is that it will take us twice as long as we expected.
Way of Billy Goat. It's only a 10-kilometer up. Well, actually, it's kind of a lot, and it's very steep. You're going up 1,200 meters, maybe 1,000 meters straight up. We've done 7 kilometers since 11 a.m. So it's been very slow going, very technical, a lot of helping each other out, making sure we're getting the wheels in the right line, because you could easily slip.
Does this mean?
Which means after 5 hours, we've actually made it to the top in 10 kilometers later.
You guys did really good! We're cooked!
We reached the Southern Ocean again, just water ahead. Well, not quite. Further south, Tasmania. We couldn't resist.
Boarded the Spirit of Tasmania.
Okay, you're both heading to deck 8 into our recliner lounge, and there you see number allocations on the ticket.
Okay,
all
thank
right,
you.
Straight down, security will tell you which lane.
Thank you.
On the boat, ready for Tazu. All right.
We didn't get the Aussie obsession with Tasmania until we got there. We had to see it for ourselves to understand what made it so special to Australians. Rocky mountains, dramatic terrain, a totally unique and unpredictable climate.
Time to be strong. Pack the bags.
So before the hike, the road is literally down there. We have to fill up a logbook. I guess they want to make sure that everyone's been back down.
We're almost at the top. We gotta go down this way, and then at the top here is the summit. Woohoo! No crowds, rocky peaks, and alpine lakes. Mount Murchison felt like a scene from our native Alps. But no, this was Tasmania, full of surprises at every turn. This hike quickly became our favorite in all of Australia so far.
Arctic glacier, so cold in nature. Bright pads on bare legs, you're like Charlie horsing. Cheap trick you played. I love you in a big way, but you really didn't have to go and be like that. Be like that. Be like that. Be like that. Hot pan on young skin, so cold, old friends don't need to offend you. I love you in a big way.
Even to get the drone to fly, we have to like aim in between the weather forecasts, because it just like starts raining like this within 2 minutes. So we have to run and land the drone in like 1 second.
Yeah. Gosh, very unlucky us. Oh well. In the south of the island, we met Patreon, Anna and Terry, who lent us a second vehicle, allowing our Pan-American friend Tom to join us for a week.
So this is Gas the Bus.
Gas the Bus.
So this is the bus that we built out ourselves, what, four years ago now? Or thereabouts?
Yeah.
Made a few mistakes along the way, but this is how we're saving to do a similar trip to what these guys are planning. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, it's 1967.
1967, yeah.
Bedford bus.
From Victoria.
From
Yeah.
Victoria.
We were traveling through the western part of Tasmania, and we ended up at Anna and Terry's place, some of our Patreon, and they're going to lend us their Sprinter van.
If you do not know Tom, watch our adventures in the Americas. We explore together some of the most beautiful regions of that great continent. And here, at the other end of the planet, we keep exploring.
Day one of the adventure. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. No stress.
We're ready to go. We have in Albatross Tommy.
It feels weird being in this side of the car.
For the next few days, we've decided to swap vehicles. Tom in our Defender and us in the van, and we're heading off to explore more of Tasmania. We saw more platypuses, cliffs hanging over the ocean, met Neil the seal.
So big. Whoa. He moves fast.
He'll double his size.
Oh really, he's a baby.
He's very famous on TikTok.
Gave Nick a proper mullet haircut.
That is pretty gross. You guys did a good job though.
Oh shit.
Spotted albino wallabies on Bruny Island.
Number one reason I wanted to come to Bruny Island is they have a very rare type of albinos wallaby. And I was like, we need to find it, we need to find it. We found it.
Seriously, we're so lucky. First thing in the morning, just before the hike, there he is.
Played hide and seek with the fog on Joshua's ladder. What a finale. Tasmania, thank you.
Back on the mainland, we took on the world-famous Great Ocean Road and crossed into South Australia, a region that often flies under the radar.
Welcome to
South Australia, the last state of our Australian lap.
It's quite exciting. We've done all of them now.
Boom!
We weren't sure what to expect. We reconnected with our high country friends and hit the dunes, following an incredible coastal track.
Got stuck on the beach. The waves are just here, and I think it's probably our biggest nightmare to get stuck in the waves. So Nick just stopped the car and deflated the tire and is now making sure every conditions are reunited so that we can attempt to get out.
Alright. Another one. Oh, no, we keep missing. Good stuff. What the hell's wrong with our hand?
No, you know the strategy. You need to look at the elbow of the other person.
Okay. Look at my elbow. Not Whoa! Bad. Is that actually it? Let's do it again. Gotta confirm this. Oh yeah. Where'd you learn that?
So, little stress or no stress?
No stress because we were here with Matt and Steph, and we had all the recovery gear and stuff, so not stressed. But if we were alone, definitely I would be stressed because luckily it's low tide, so we have 6 hours to go find somebody and pull us out. And yeah, but it was interesting how hard it was to actually pull me out. We had to do 3 tries, and the first 2 were just fails. So we have terminated our 100 kilometers of dune driving.
Our protagonists succeeded.
You guys, awesome. It was awesome. Thank you, and travel safe.
Bye. Thanks, Katie, Matt, Steph, for joining us. This was fun.
Yeah, it makes the end of our Australia time more special to spend it with people.
It does, yeah.
Inland. We knew the next few weeks would be rough. Summer had arrived, temperatures soared to 40 degrees during the day and 30 at night. It never cooled down.
It was a long drive, 40, 42 all day. Now it is 7 p.m, 7:20, and it's 37 degrees outside. So
it is so hot, and I hope tonight we will not be too warm, but
nice surprise at Flinders.
That's a big eagle.
Just on the road, an eagle who drinks.
Yeah.
That's what we call lucky. Schleck.
not want to mess with that one. Oh. Who can tell us what snake that is? So cool, we got to see 3 animals that we haven't seen before. The yellow-footed rock wallaby, this snake, which we have no idea what it is, but leave it in comment, and then an eagle. Well, one thing we're looking for though is the thorny devil towards Alice Spring.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing we're missing.
We explored the Stirling Ranges, mostly alone. At these temperatures, you don't see many people. We kept heading north toward the heart of the country and arrived at one of Australia's most unique towns, Cooper Pedy, the white man's hole in Aboriginal language. Big truck taking the entire road.
Oversized truck going to Cooper Pedy, right behind you. Just curious on what's the process here.
Come right up, you're on the rear pilot, mate, then I'll let the front pilot know that you're there, and we'll get you around.
Okay, thank you.
I'll let the driver know you're coming. I'm up on you now, Shannon. Make sure you keep 2 wheels on that white stuff, mate. Or 4 if you can. Stay on the bitumen halfway, mate.
Oh, very nice. Thank you very much. Little pals of white sand, we've arrived. Welcome to Cooper Pedy, the Opal City.
Maybe we should start digging if everyone digs like that.
Yeah, next to all these little mounds there's like a hole, and then they put in through like a big, there is. And they put in a machine and they excavate everything. Usually these are all privately owned families, and what they do is they set up the whole system together as a family. They go out there, they pick a location, you have to pay a permit to the state.
Does it look deep?
Woo. So you can't even see the bottom.
No.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous.
It's super dangerous, and so that's what they said is that they make these big holes, and that's why there's all this, and then they just leave it there. We're lucky enough to be introduced to Joey, a local who grew up here. That's impressive.
You must be thinking, where is she taking us?
That's a big site.
Yeah.
So what is it? They found a lot here? That's why
Yeah,
it's so big?
a lot,
Okay.
He owns where they point in that square, so there's a rectangle plane that he owns.
These holes to find if there's potentially something.
Yeah.
And then people dig around if there's something.
Yep, that's right.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then we open it up with blasting and explosives, and then we just slowly take it all out.
Nobody comes and tries to steal from you
Oh
or
yeah,
use your
definitely,
machines?
yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, at night time, yeah, they're called night shifters.
They come and they use your
Happens to you
machines?
as well?
It doesn't happen to us. I don't think people are game enough, but there's a lot of us. But we tend to spend times at night out there too if we're on Opal. So if we're actually on Opal, getting to the Opal, there can be quite large blocks where we don't find anything, and we're chasing a fault in the ground. Okay, but when you find the Opal, you don't leave. You're just taking it out. Yeah.
Definitely one of the most fascinating stops of our entire trip in Australia.
Hello there. So, we've got 10 days to get to Darwin. Actually, in 10 days we're shipping. We have 7 days to get to Darwin. But before that, We're going to something called Ayers Rock in the center of the Red Desert of Australia. It's supposed to be 45 Celsius, but because of the clouds it is perfect. It is like 31.
We never loved so much bad weather. Thank you, bad weather.
Exactly. Hopefully it doesn't rain because then this track will become slick. But right now it's perfect. So we've got 350 Ks until Ayers Rock, and then we're gonna go visit other canyons and gorges and all that via the track. So probably 1,000 Ks until we get back to Tarmac Highway till Darwin.
The best way to finish Australia with something so iconic and before going to Asia.
Alright, let's go.
And it couldn't feel more Australians. Very high kilometers to reach anywhere. Nick that deflates the tires, and a long and straight track of orange dirt.
The track we were driving on had been drenched just hours earlier, turning it into a slippery mud pit.
The roads are more and more flooded, so now we have a giant puddle that looks a bit more like a lake at this stage. So we need to find a way around because we don't know how sticky it gets in the bottom.
The reason we're going at this speed is to not get stuck in any of these things, because gosh, before someone comes and gets us, it's going to be a while. So we need to make sure we're smart, and if we do cross anything like that, that we have enough speed to kind of just launch ourselves the other side. This is fun.
Back on the main road after the track, and we got our first sight of Uluru, which is probably the most famous landmark in Australia. And believe it or not, it's in the middle of the desert and we're getting a full-on rain now.
Full-on rain.
We finally reached Uluru, one of Australia's most iconic landmarks. It also marked the beginning of our final stretch of road.
This is hilarious. If you look at the parking lot over there, you've got all white cars and one that is just
orange. It's the Donald Trump of the cars.
Yeah, Albo, look at you. You look like an adventure car. True adventure cars look like that.
You're proud, huh?
I think it's good.
The last 2,500 kilometers on the Australian continent. It feels almost unreal after 9 months on the roads of this amazing country. another jewel of the Red Centre.
Looking for one last animal in Australia.
And when I was driving, I saw this tiny little thing and I was like, it's gotta be the thorny devil.
You found it! Nick shouted "Thorny devil" on the road. It's so small.
Oh, nice.
Apparently it walks like a robot. Flowing.
Yeah.
That's the rains.
Out here, in this season, we barely cross paths with anyone. Just the occasional wrecked car, dingoes, and wild horses.
Croc or no croc? That is the question.
I think now that we're really high north and the floods have been lots of rain, I think it's crocs. Lots of crocs.
We just made it to our last camp spot of Australia.
The last final.
How does that feel?
After 9 months in Australia, it feels like time just went in a second. And luckily for us, we found a really cool camp spot. And the sunset's behind us. You can hear the river, there's birds over there. So Australia, thanks a lot. And everybody who has helped us along the way or we've met along the way, yes, you. And if you're thinking, what about me? If you've met us, then definitely you too. Special shout out to France, who hosted us in Perth and lent us his red truck while we were waiting for our boat. The Geraldton family.
Jess and Julian.
Yeah, you guys helped us when we had the engine breakdown and you guys were legends. Special shout out as well to Anna and Terry in Tasmania for lending us your van and being so caring and showing us around. And then of course to every one of you for hosting us, because on the East Coast we've been hosted practically every other day. So thanks to all of you. Thank you Australia. Thank you continent number 5, and see you later down under.
Oh, that's a good phrase.
What surprised us the most about Australia was how little we truly knew about this country. We'd always summed it up to beautiful beaches and surfing culture, completely overlooking its incredible biodiversity, ancient Aboriginal heritage, and landscape more diverse than we ever imagined. The Red Desert, vast wetlands, snow-covered mountains, rugged coastlines, and lush tropical forests. Australia truly surprised us. We swam with crocodiles, gazed up at some of the clearest night skies we've ever seen, witnessed extraordinary wildlife, hiked through snow and desert uncovering lost springs, and tackled the most challenging tracks of our lives. We never expected how much this journey would challenge us and change us. Now we know Australia is so much more than we thought. It's a world of its own. And now, as we leave this world behind, we step into the next. Asia, one of the most varied continents on the planet, from the tropical beaches of Southeast Asia to the towering peaks of Central Asia, to the epic overland routes leading into the Middle East, everywhere a new cultural and human experience awaits. And it's already begun. Join us as we drive into the heart of Asia. Watch our next adventures right here on the channel.
That's Nick's clean t-shirt, and that's the thing you use to clean the oil. Don't be confused, they look alike, but it's not the same thing. We lost so many t-shirts to mechanics because of confusions.
So, this is day 1 of the 17 days to get to Darwin. All right. Cool.
So Nick just hung his laundry to dry on the barbed wires of the custom office.